Hey, what is up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. I did a video the other day talking about WWE's surprise returns for the Royal Rumble 2016, seeing how there are a lot of names that are not going to be a part of the Royal Rumble and they're not going to be part of WrestleMania. It would be a great time for WWE to go to the well, to bring in a lot of talent that we haven't seen in a while in order to sort of spice up WWE. And the Royal Rumble is sort of the big exclamation point on WWE that gets them into WrestleMania season for WrestleMania 32. That gets people hyped up. There's people who turn off for the fall and the winter, and they come back for January because they know it's when WWE is going to be trying to put the best shows out there, knowing that, they got to get those network numbers, they got to get those pay-per-view buys, they got to bring people in because WrestleMania 32 is supposed to be one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time. And the name that is out there on the market is Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's contract is going to be coming up with TNA. It's set to expire sometime before WrestleMania. I've heard on some wrestling podcasts that it is set to expire in January, but I guess the word is out on the street that he needs to go in another surgery. I know that Jeff Hardy had the broken leg, and then since coming back from the broken leg, he's had some other things that they found needed to get worked on. We all know that Jeff Hardy one day is going to be healthy again and is going to be wrestling. I'm hoping that it is going to be wrestling for WWE. It is, the biggest place in town. Jeff Hardy is one of the biggest, stars when used right in the wrestling business. I mean, even though it looks as if Jeff Hardy is not going to be wrestling for TNA again, even though they have Matt Hardy under contract, like if you go to TNA, he is still one of the strong selling points for the company, even though he's not going to be wrestling inside of their rings. When Hardy leaves, I think it is going to be, he is sort of going to be like the last big star leaving TNA. It might be what finally sinks the ship. I'm not sure, but I don't think he can really think about that. He's been loyal to TNA for a long time, and the word out on the street is that he really is open to returning to WWE more than ever. I don't know if it's just he knows that it's the last days of his career coming soon, and he needs to sort of make the big dollar as long as he can. Him coming to WWE would definitely be a big merchandise mover, which would bring a lot of money to him, which I'm sure they know that if used right, he could be a big star, whether if it is as singles or bringing in his brother, would still be a kick in the pants to the tag division as the Hardy Boys. I was going to call them the Hardy Brothers, but it is what it is. Hardy is as set out there that, basically he is open to making the jump. One of the things that kept Hardy from returning to the company was the hard work schedule that there is in WWE. If you go back and you think about, when Jeff Hardy, left WWE, which I believe would have been in 2002 and 2003, before going out and wrestling on the independent circuits, showing up in Ring of Honor, doing the TNA run, before then jumping back in 2006. He was used as a singles guy. He was used as a tag guy. Once WWE started putting the fire under him in late 2007, having him go for the championship against Randy Orton at the Royal Rumble in 2008. And then once he was able to finally climb to the top and have that big, huge run battling with CM Punk, he was great. But, then the story started to come out, immediately after his departure from WWE, the arrest with the raid on his house, and, basically life on the road was sort of a different story for Jeff Hardy. He was the guy who in the ring looked like the lovable guy, but he definitely had his demons being out there on the road, and it was something that he wasn't dealing with that great. So I know that the stories that are out there of basically the deal that Alberto Del Rio got, that WWE was, WWE really wanted to get a Mexican star like Alberto Del Rio to make sure that the Mexico tour was never going to be like that again, where it's a large downsized guarantee. There's not that many dates, and the money was right. So hopefully WWE can make a move and bring in somebody like Jeff Hardy, which I believe if used, is a guy that could be used in the main event. He definitely could spice up the tag team division and make that mean a lot more. And even if there is no spot in the main event, you get an upper tier mid-carder that really means something that fans care about, that on the side is going to sell a lot of merchandise. That should be a big plus at WWE. And I love the fact that they bring this guy in sooner than later.